Hi ladies and gentlemen, well today's January 29th I believe, 2017, and it's going to be a little noisy in the background, a lot going on today, but you know I just got to put these two things together. I put out some tweets today. By the way, you can follow me on Twitter at Royston Potter. It's there on the screen for you. But I needed to cover this because this is a real important shift. For a long time, I've talked about the importance of our public servants, especially our military, our police, our law enforcement agencies, etc., actually supporting and defending the Constitution of the United States, which is supporting and defending the rights of the American people. I want to put up a dichotomy here to show you the difference, and I mentioned this in the tweet. The BLM, for instance, and the EPA harass American citizens and really are tyrants over them because the UN's of the UN's Agenda 21. And of course, I realize that Congress has gone along with some of that, but it doesn't matter because law enforcement officers are supposed to take the oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. They don't support the president, they don't support the Congress, etc., etc., when it really comes down to it. Look at Harry Reid. You're going to go out and do what Harry Reid wants you to do, like the BLM did, and maybe Hillary Clinton was behind it too in Nevada, or the same type of situation up in Oregon, or at the Red River in Texas. We could go on and on with this. But this is the dichotomy I wanted to show you. In Nevada, the BLM goes to a retired federal judge and gets him to sign a court order basically violating the land rights of the Bundys. Now we can talk about the grazing fees and all that, but all of that's an issue too. The point is that law enforcement officers, Fleas, federal law enforcement officers, and by the way, I really question that. They're really regulation enforcement officers, not law enforcement officers. Big difference. For law enforcement, they're supposed to go to the local sheriff, which was another problem in the whole Bundy situation. But at any rate, federal law enforcement officers violate their oath to get a court order. You know what they should have done? They should have said, no, we're not going to do this. This violates the Constitution. This violates the rights of these people. But that's not how it worked. Okay? Now look what's going on with immigration and customs officers. This is incredible. A court orders them to not enforce immigration law, okay, which is constitutional to protect us. It's like you're not going to invite somebody in your house who will steal from you, murder you, etc., etc., until you find out that they're friends. Nothing wrong with it. Anyway, that's the requirement of the government, the federal government, to secure our borders. I once heard a military officer say, we can't commit posse comitatus here in the United States, which defending the borders isn't enforcing civil law. It's part of the military's responsibility. But at any rate, so we have this court that says, no, you can't enforce President Trump's order. But the immigration and customs officers say, no, we're gonna do our job. We're going to protect the American people, and we're going to vet these people that are coming in here the way we're supposed to. Wow, what a difference. Federal law enforcement agency actually defying a court for its unconstitutional judgment. Absolutely incredible. And that's the way it should have been. So I see this tide turning, and it's really good to see. I hope the immigrations and customs people and the Border Patrol, all of them, will, of course, not use excessive force in their efforts. Because I know that they've broken windows of American citizens and things like that when the American citizens have told them that they're American citizens, and they're obviously that. So there are still some abuses, but those are usually individual cases. At any rate, I wanted to bring this up, that I think this is incredible. One other thing, and I think this is going to come out, I've already seen it, and that is that a lot of people are saying, well, why hasn't Trump banned people from Saudi Arabia and places like that? And I'm just saying, Let's just wait and watch and see what happens, because the tactical position that Trump is taking this is really incredible. The way I understand it is, Obama actually is the one who started this Muslim ban from the countries that Trump listed. And now he's just enforcing that. So he's sucking all these people in that are finding fault with his position, but their God, their Lord and Savior, Obama, was the one who actually did it. He just didn't enforce it at the time. So this is going to be interesting how he goes after these people. Real quick video. I'm sorry I stumbled around a little bit.